We've got some fresh images of 3I Atlas, a third ever interstellar object observed from Earth, currently racing through our solar system. Now, astronomers have captured that moment live, streaming in real time around the globe of them watching all of this. Take a look at this.
What's happening right now in space is keeping scientists at Harvard and NASA awake at night. An object from another star system is racing toward Mars at incredible speed. And what we're discovering about it is absolutely mind-blowing. This isn't just any space rock. This is the 3I Atlas, the third visitor from beyond our solar system. And it's carrying secrets that could change everything we know about life in the universe. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why some of the world's top scientists are calling this the most important space discovery of our lifetime. But first, let me tell you what makes this object so terrifying, and why it might not be natural at all. On July 1st, 2025, astronomers in Chile made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Using the Atlas Survey telescope, they spotted something unusual speeding through space. Something that shouldn't exist according to everything we thought we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. They named it the 3I Atlas, and the 3I tells you everything you need to know. This is only the third confirmed interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. The first was the mysterious Oumuamua in 2017, which baffled scientists with its strange acceleration. The second was 2I/Borisov in 2019, which behaved more like a normal comet. But the 3I Atlas, it's in a category all its own. Here's what makes it absolutely incredible. This object traveled for potentially millions of years through the empty void between stars, surviving temperatures near absolute zero, deadly radiation, and the crushing isolation of deep space. Then somehow it found its way into our solar system with pinpoint accuracy. But here's where things get really interesting. When scientists calculated its trajectory, they discovered something that defies belief. This interstellar visitor isn't just randomly tumbling through space. It's following a path that takes it dangerously close to multiple planets in our solar system, including Mars. The numbers are staggering. On October 3rd, 2025, that's in just weeks from now, the 3I Atlas will pass within 19 million miles of Mars. In space terms, that's practically a hair's breadth away. To put this in perspective, that's closer than Mars gets to Earth during some of its orbital cycles. Now, you might think 19 million miles sounds like a safe distance. But when you learn what the 3I Atlas actually is, you'll understand why scientists are so concerned. First, let's talk about size. Early estimates suggested this thing could be anywhere from about a third of a mile to over 3 miles across. But some researchers, including Harvard's controversial astrophysicist Avi Loeb, have suggested it could be much larger, possibly the size of Manhattan. We're talking about a potential 12-mile-wide object hurtling through space at incredible speeds. But size isn't the scariest part. What's truly terrifying is what this object is made of and how it's behaving. When the James Webb Space Telescope turned its powerful eye toward the 3I Atlas, it discovered something unprecedented. This object has a massive cloud of gas and dust surrounding it, what scientists call a coma. But the composition of this coma is unlike anything we've ever seen. The readings show that the 3I Atlas is spewing out carbon dioxide at levels 8 times higher than what we see in normal comets. 8 times. It's also releasing water vapor, carbon monoxide, and other complex molecules. This isn't just unusual. It's completely off the charts compared to every other comet we've studied. Here's what makes this even more disturbing. The way this gas cloud is structured doesn't match what physics tells us should happen with a natural comet. Some observations show the brightness and glow pattern is asymmetric, almost like there's something artificial controlling how the material is being released. And then there's the trajectory issue that's keeping NASA scientists up at night. This object's path through our solar system is tilted only about 5 degrees from the plane where all our planets orbit. For a random interstellar visitor, this is statistically almost impossible. It's like throwing a dart from another galaxy and hitting a bullseye on your first try. Most objects from interstellar space should come in at random angles. But the 3I Atlas? It's following the same basic plane as our planets, and it's going to pass close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter in sequence. The mathematical probability of this happening by pure chance is so small that some scientists refuse to accept it's coincidental. This is where we enter territory that sounds like science fiction, but is being seriously discussed by real scientists at institutions like Harvard. Dr. Avi Loeb, who previously caused controversy by suggesting Oumuamua might be alien technology, is now making even more startling claims about the 3I Atlas. According to his analysis, this object shows multiple signs that it might not be natural at all. Let's break down his evidence. Point 1. The perfect trajectory. Loeb argues that the odds of an interstellar object naturally following a path that brings it close to multiple planets in our solar system are astronomically small. He suggests this could indicate the object is under some form of guidance or control. Point 2. Unusual energy output. The brightness patterns and gas emissions from the 3I Atlas don't match what computer models predict for a natural comet. Some observations show what appears to be artificial lighting, or energy generation that can't be explained by simple solar heating. Point 3. The missing tail. Normal comets develop prominent tails as they approach the sun, but the 3I Atlas shows unusual behavior, sometimes appearing to have front-lit dust clouds instead of trailing debris, almost like exhaust from some kind of propulsion system. Point 4. Strategic timing. Here's perhaps the most chilling possibility Loeb has raised. The object's closest approach to the sun will occur when it's on the far side of the solar system from Earth, making detailed observations extremely difficult. If something wanted to remain hidden while conducting operations near our planets, this would be the perfect opportunity. But Loeb goes even further. In recent interviews, he's suggested that if the 3I Atlas is indeed artificial, it could potentially have what he calls malign intent. The idea is that an advanced civilization could use such an object to deploy smaller probes or surveillance devices throughout our solar system without us even knowing. Now, I want to be clear. These are speculative theories, not proven facts. But when a Harvard astrophysicist with decades of experience starts talking about potential alien spacecraft in our solar system, we need to pay attention. Let's talk about what's going to happen in the next few weeks, because this is where things get really intense. On October 3rd, 2025, the 3I Atlas will reach its closest approach to Mars. While scientists assure us that a direct collision is extremely unlikely, the proximity is still unprecedented for an interstellar object. Here's what makes this encounter so significant. Mars currently has multiple spacecraft orbiting around it, including the European Space Agency's Mars Express and Trace Gas Orbiter. These spacecraft will have a front-row seat to observe the 3I Atlas as it screams past the red planet. This will be our best chance to get detailed, close-up observations of this mysterious object. The data collected during this flyby could finally answer the question of whether we're dealing with a natural comet or something far more extraordinary. But there's a darker possibility that some scientists are quietly discussing. What if the 3I Atlas isn't just passing by Mars? What if Mars is actually its intended destination? Now, before you panic, let me explain what close approach actually means. At 19 million miles, the 3I Atlas will miss Mars by a distance equal to thousands of Mars diameters. In astronomical terms, this is still considered a very safe margin. However, there are uncertainties in any orbital calculation. Small gravitational influences, gas emissions from the object itself, or unknown forces could potentially alter its trajectory. While the probability remains extremely low, some researchers aren't ruling out the possibility of course corrections that could bring it closer to Mars than currently predicted. The European Space Agency has confirmed they're tracking the 3I Atlas with extreme precision, and all current models show it will safely pass by Mars. But they're also admitting that some properties of this object remain unexplained, which introduces elements of uncertainty into their calculations. What's particularly concerning is that if the 3-Eye Atlas were to somehow impact Mars, the consequences would be catastrophic on a planetary scale. An object potentially miles across hitting Mars at interstellar speeds would create an explosion visible from Earth and could potentially eject massive amounts of material into space. After the Mars encounter, the 3-Eye Atlas will continue its journey toward the Sun, reaching its closest approach on October 29th, 2025. But here's where the story takes another disturbing turn. During this critical period, the object will be positioned on the far side of the Sun from Earth's perspective. This means our most powerful telescopes will be unable to observe it directly for several crucial weeks. If there were ever a perfect time for an artificial object to conduct hidden operations in our solar system, this would be it. Dr. Loeb has specifically pointed to this shadow period as evidence supporting the artificial hypothesis. He argues that no natural process would create such a conveniently timed observational blind spot, and suggests this could be when the 3-Eye Atlas reveals its true nature. Several space agencies are scrambling to position their spacecraft for optimal observations during this critical window. The Juno mission, currently orbiting Jupiter, might be repositioned to catch glimpses of the 3-Eye Atlas as it travels through the outer solar system. But even more intriguingly, there are proposals to launch rapid response missions to intercept or at least observe the 3-Eye Atlas more closely. These would be unprecedented emergency space missions, launched with the sole purpose of investigating what might be humanity's first confirmed contact with alien technology. The challenge is time. With the 3-Eye Atlas moving at incredible speeds and already deep into our solar system, any intercept mission would need to be approved, built, and launched in a matter of months. Something that normally takes years or decades to accomplish. Meanwhile, radio telescopes around the world are listening for any signals that might be coming from the object. So far, they haven't detected any obvious artificial transmissions, but that doesn't rule out the possibility of sophisticated technology that operates on frequencies or using methods we don't understand. The next few weeks will be absolutely critical. Every telescope, every space probe, every listening station on Earth will be focused on this mysterious visitor from another star system. What we're witnessing with the 3-Eye Atlas goes far beyond just one unusual object passing through our solar system. This discovery is forcing us to confront some fundamental questions about our place in the universe. If the 3-Eye Atlas turns out to be natural, it would still represent an incredible scientific treasure. Studying an intact object from another star system could tell us about the formation of other planetary systems, the composition of interstellar space, and the processes that shape matter across vast cosmic distances. But if it turns out to be artificial, even partly artificial, the implications are staggering. First, it would confirm that we are not alone in the universe. Not just that life exists elsewhere, but that intelligent, technologically advanced civilizations exist and are capable of sending objects across interstellar distances. Second, it would raise immediate questions about their intentions. Are they simply exploring, as we might do if we had the technology? Are they studying us? Or, as some scientists have darkly suggested, could there be more concerning motives? Third, it would completely revolutionize our understanding of physics and technology. Any civilization capable of sending objects between star systems would possess technology so far beyond our current capabilities that we could barely comprehend it. The energy requirements alone for interstellar travel are mind-boggling. We're talking about civilizations that might harness the power of entire stars, manipulate space and time itself, or have discovered fundamental forces of nature that we haven't even imagined yet. And here's perhaps the most sobering thought. If the 3-Eye Atlas is artificial, it's probably not the first such object to visit our solar system. It might just be the first one we were technologically advanced enough to detect and study in detail. How many other mysterious visitors might have passed through our cosmic neighborhood over the millions of years before we developed the ability to spot them? If you want to stay ahead of this story and be among the first to know what happens when the 3-Eye Atlas reaches Mars, you absolutely need to subscribe right now and hit that notification bell. I'm going to be covering every single development as it happens, including exclusive analysis you won't find anywhere else.